Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this does not work. Let's get open for business on this Thursday night. I know you're sad that the Dallas Cowboys season is over and that you were worried that you won't get your Joe Boo Sports Report fixed because, of course, it's the off season. Gee, come on, my man. Really? We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, man. America's team. The team that literally stuff is going on 24/7, 365 days a year. In fact, you might need to put a couple of extra days on just to cover everything that happens with the Cowboys. This is the first week of our off season, and it has been all over the place, from Jason Garrett feeling good about getting a playoff win and about how his team turned around and figured that he was the man in charge. Then he got pimp slapped by Jerry and Steven and said, hold up, dude, you ain't got no power. You lucky you still here, and you may not even be here. That contract, have you heard him talking about that extension lately? Other than Ian Rappaport? You know, Ian Rappaport, the same guy that said Tony Romo was getting traded to the Redskins while Kirk Cousins was going to the 49ers. That Ian Rappaport? Because what was painfully clear was Jason Garrett walked that back and basically said, let me kiss the ring of Jerry Jones and say, I do not make that decision. Yeah. Then we see an article in New Orleans about if New Orleans doesn't win, that Sean Payton could be the Dallas Cowboys' next coach. I talked about that, and Lord knows, on the other channel. I put up, this is what's crazy. I put up the outtake video. It wasn't really an outtake, it was just shit happens video. I was taking a video, and I was being all cool, you know, hello friends, Mark Holmes here and everything else, yada, yada, yada. And I was showing this 22-foot piece of this box that we made to cover up the pipes. I was being all cool, so that way I'll talk about Sean Payton and joke on my cousin who's a Redskin fan, and pow, pow, and everybody's like, wow, that looked really good, that closed it up. And unfortunately, as I was shooting it, and I know a bunch of those guys kept saying that's why they make nail plates. Okay, smart ass. Yeah, nail plates when they go through a wall or through a stud like that. But these go completely across horizontal. And there was one that was buried up and over that you just couldn't see. Okay? So unless you're going to put a nail plate, 22 feet across, it doesn't work. Okay? But as I'm shooting this, bam, shot a nail. And it literally just shot right through the pipe. And, I'm taping it and you hear, shh. I was like, oh, man. Okay. And I go over, my hand goes over the camera, you can see me shut it off. But smartphones has voice activation for video. So it thought I said video back on, and it started recording for about 55 seconds. And I went in an F-bomb tirade. And I'm literally going through F, 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 and I walk back over, I dry my face, and I look and I realize, oh, the camera's on again. But when I uploaded, I didn't check it because I actually don't, edit. I tape and I put it up. And I put up that one. So it's like 53 seconds of just F-bombs in real life. And so I went to Home Depot, got the stuff, fixed the pipe, and then I finished what I thought was the second half of the video talking about it. And so on. My cousin goes upstairs, he watches, he said, I don't see the first part of the video. All I see is you going F this, F that. And I was like, oh. Okay. So I realized then I put that one up. But be that as it may, enough about me and my screw-ups. We did fix the pipe though, and it does look good. So we had a rumor about Sean Payton coming the Dallas Cowboys coach. Now, just a few moments ago, Stephen Jones Michael's like, would you get to it, Dad? I want to hear the news. Look, he's over on the couch watching Mario Brothers or something. And he's just like, did somebody get fired? Somebody get fired?
I'm waiting to watch some Abe State.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, Stephen Jones just said No one is satisfied at all.
Man,
I don't think any player is, any coach is, or any scout is.
amen.
I know the ownership is not. The front office is not satisfied with what we did. So, Jason Garrett, that press conference on Monday, I'm proud of my guys, the way they completed and everything else, the way they got up off the mat and everything else, and they competed, and, they did really, really good. You want to redact that? Because it seemed like, Mike, did that seem like Jason Garrett was satisfied? That he got did he?
He's satisfied with everything.
But
Now he'll go out there
I'm
and
looking at Steven, look, wait. I'm looking at that face on Steven Jones, and he's looking more and more like Jerry, FYI. Don't they? I mean, does that still look like father and son? They begin to look more like twins. Is he morphing into Jerry? Steven Jones ain't happy. Now, Ed Warder, more reliable than Ian Rappaport, has said that the Cowboys have talked to a prominent offensive coordinator, but he's not at liberty to say whom. And so I'm sitting there trying to put 2 and 2 together and get 5. You see what I did there? Okay. It's the off season, man. We gotta have fun. Just relax. It's the off season. We're trying to have some fun, okay? So that got me thinking that they don't want to upset somebody or let somebody know that they're looking at them right now. To me, that says teams that are still playing. You see my philosophy? I mean, if you're talking about the coordinator for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, nobody cares about you talking about him. But if you're talking about teams that are playing this weekend and you want to steal them, you're kind of keeping that on the down low a little bit, I think. So that means maybe what they're looking at is one of those 4 teams' offensive coordinators. Okay, so with the Rams, they don't have a offensive coordinator listed. They have Sean McVay, one of the youngest coaches in the NFL. They have position coaches. So to me, if they said they talked to an offensive coordinator, I don't think Sean McVay is going to leave the Rams for the Cowboys. I just don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so let me put my leg up because my knees are killing me. You go to New England. Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, who went to Denver and had Tim Tebow. And didn't quite do that great, but I know what some of you guys are thinking. Well, hell, Tim Tebow was better than Dak Prescott. Maybe we need that guy. But he has left and come back and so forth with New England. And you look at what New England has done. New England over the last 15 years, I got to tell you, I've seen their ass in too many damn Super Bowls. So could the Cowboys be thinking about a Josh McDaniels? That would be intriguing. That would definitely be an upgrade over Scott Linehan. But then again, a ham sandwich would be. Then you can look at Kansas City. Kansas City, who's had Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy, former running back and stuff with the Chargers and things. He has been the offensive coordinator there under Andy Reid since 2013, I believe. And when you look at what they did with Alex Smith was let go by the 49ers and never really lived up to that number 1 pick that he was until he got to Kansas City and became a really good quarterback. In fact, played so well that he got paid to go to the Washington Redskins to the tune of $70-some million guaranteed. So you look at Eric Bieniemy. Could that be a guy who definitely is an offense? Because remember, he had Jamal Charles, did wonders with that. So you look at Jamal Charles, Zeke Elliott, okay. Zeke's got even more talent than Charles. Think about that. You think about what they did with Alex Smith. Hey, that would definitely be an improvement. That's definitely better than a ham sandwich. Okay? And then you go to New Orleans. Now, if we can't get the guy, the man that takes risks, the man who not only onside kicked to start the second half in the Super Bowl and beat Peyton Manning, he fake punted this last week. He took Drew Brees, who had a bad shoulder that the Chargers gave up on, and look at what Drew Brees has done in his career. They don't have a lot of Super Bowls, but you can't argue with the numbers that Drew Brees or that offense. Now, if you can't get Sean Payton back, even though his family does live in Dallas, maybe you can get Peter Carmichael, who's been their offensive coordinator since 2009. And we're talking about Drew Brees having a couple of 5,000-yard seasons. And it wasn't that they didn't have the offense to go to the Super Bowls. They didn't have the defense. Yeah. You remember that Ryan dude we had here? They had him for a defensive coordinator, and he ended up screwing the pooch on that defense. And had they had any defense whatsoever, they would have gotten other Super Bowls. So Peter Carmichael, Josh McDaniels, Eric Bieniemy, I don't know. But I know something. What I tell you, I said this last year, and people said you're a freaking idiot. Well, they say that every day. But they said you're an idiot because I told you guys, I told you that Dez Bryant was gone. He was out of here. And everybody said, you're nuts, including Ian Rappaport, who the night before said, we have clarification on Dez Bryant. He will be returning and taking a pay cut. And I said, listen to me. If you really want to know what the Cowboys are doing, forget what Jerry says. Forget it. Pay attention to this man, Stephen Jones. And when Stephen Jones says something, he's like E.F. Hutton. You better listen. I know that's an old reference. Y'all don't get it. But seriously, Stephen Jones says, we're not happy. We're not satisfied. Somebody getting fired and replaced. You can take that to the bank. And I guarantee you right now, the Cowboys are feeling like, damn, frickin' Eagles won it last year. This year, we were close. And if it wasn't for this freaking play calling where our offense went down the toilet and couldn't score enough points all season, we need to fix this. We got a defensive guy here. We got a defense that should be able to do it. We have to do whatever it takes. And I don't, I know a lot of people say, Jerry Jones ain't worried about anything. He got money. He getting paid. He getting talked about. But I got to tell you, like Stephen Jones said, he would trade in that yellow jacket for another ring. So all I can tell you, friends, is hold on tight, strap in, lock down, put your helmet on, because the bro's going to get bumpy for somebody real soon. I'm Mark Holmes, and I got to tell you, I need to slow down on the coffee. I'll see you soon.